What's up, y'all? This is Fat Joe, and I am live on South Beach.
Hi, I'm Stuart.
And I'm Dina Stewart.
And we're alive on South Beach.
A show with a little bit of this and a little bit of that.
Do you know that this is our anniversary?
That's correct. It's our third anniversary of Urban Beach Week.
Yeah, it's that third year we covered it, but it was because of Urban Beach Week that we actually started this show 2 years ago. This is our third year, and I want to make sure to thank all our loyal followers who laugh along with us as we see what happens on South Beach. You know, recently the award-winning Broadway musical Memphis passed through town. And what attracted me to the show was the Cinderella story that happened to the star. Now, every actor, including yours truly, always has this dream that I'm going to be in the chorus of a Broadway show, and I get the part of the understudy for the star, and the star is going to actually break a leg, and I'm going to go on and become a star myself. Well, that's my own little delusion, I guess. But this really happened to Brian Fencart, who is now the star of Memphis. You know, a lot of people grow up wanting to be in show business, especially on the stage. And the man I'm standing next to has a real Cinderella story. I understand you were an understudy for a major Broadway show, and I don't know whether I can mention Memphis or not, but I am, because it's a fantastic show. And you did such a dynamite performance when you were called on that the media and the audience was just dazzled.
That it was as much a surprise to me as it was to anybody else, you know, that it kind of happened that way.
Well, what did it feel like? How does an understudy really work? What does he do?
I mean, your job is to be there, be present, be in the ensemble, and whenever the lead is sick or calls out or has an injury or whatever the case is, you know, you get called on to fill in those shoes. But it can be on very short notice. I mean, you could find out 10 minutes before the show starts that you're about to go on. So
every night you go to the theater, you got to be all prepped to go on stage and give the performance of your life.
Yeah.
What happens when you're off stage, the star went on, and the audience is applauding, and you're still standing off stage? How does that feel?
You know, especially after you've done it and you've had a taste of doing it, there's always a part of you that sort of wishes you were back in that position. Luckily now, doing the tour, I get to be in that position where I'm no longer the understudy and I get to, you know, do it every day. But yeah, you get it. Once you get a taste for something like that, you want it all the time. You know what I mean? It's kind of like a drug.
Tell us a little bit about your role in Memphis.
I play Mama, the mother of Huey Calhoun, who is the radio DJ that the show is centered around. And he's loosely based on Dewey Phillips, who was an actual radio DJ in Memphis in the 1950s, and he was the first DJ to play African-American music on an all-white radio station.
I'm going to do a visualization with the audience. And why don't you play along? Just close your eyes and visualize South Beach. We have noise, but we also have sand and sky and beautiful weather. Now imagine sitting on the beach in an air-conditioned tent with an open bar watching a polo match here on South Beach.
We did.
And it was great. Hello, Stripes. How's the weather for you down here?
She says, I'm working on my tan. It's pretty glorious.
Oh, you got a great tan. And are you going to do some running today?
Absolutely. We're the fastest out there.
And how long have you been playing polo?
Stripes has been playing all her life. I've been playing about 3 years.
Do you like it?
I love it.
What about you, Stripes? I know you're a horse of a few words. You know, 10 million visitors come to Miami Beach every year. And a lot of them know what airline they're taking, they know what hotel they're staying in, and then they go, where do we go from there? Well, the tourist business is more than just getting people to South Beach. It's helping them find the things they'd like to do. And one of the best examples of this is TravelHost magazine, which is found in every hotel from County Line to Homestead, I think. But we'll let Iris tell you that. We're here for a celebration, and it's your celebration, right?
Yes.
What are we celebrating?
We're celebrating TravelHost of Miami-Dade's 8th edition. We're coming up on our 2nd year of having the magazine here in Miami-Dade.
And if you had to describe Travel Host Magazine, how could you do that?
Travel Host Magazine, we consider ourselves ambassadors of the travel industry. Irish Raid is our director of PR, and we tell a traveler what to do, where to go when they're in Miami, and how to get around and have fun on vacation.
And if somebody wanted to get a copy of your magazine, how can they do that?
They can give us a call in the office, 305-655-1141. We'll mail them a copy. Or they can go online, www.travelhost.com/Miami.
I have a better idea. Yes, ma'am. They could look in their hotel room, because we're in over 160 hotels from County Line Road to Homestead, and we're in the same amount of condos from County Line Road to Homestead.
So all of you people who are planning a trip to South Beach and really don't know much about it, relax. When you get to your hotel room, it'll all be explained for you.
A while back, I got to see a very interesting, moving, funny show all about the life of a Jewish shiksa.
What's a Jewish shiksa?
Well, let Frannie Sheridan tell you about that.
Sitting next to me is Frannie Sheridan, who was born a Jew, converted to Catholicism, and then proclaimed herself a Jewish shiksa. Now, for our audience and for me, could you explain what a shiksa is?
A shiksa is a non-Jewish person. I did not convert to Catholicism knowing what I was doing. My dad converted our family as a result of nearly being murdered in 1951 in a very small rednecky town in Canada, where he was living with my mother as an Orthodox Jew. And he was terrified that he was going to lose yet another family, as he did in Europe, escaping the Holocaust by a whisker. And so he raised us Catholic. So by the time I was born, Stuart, I was Catholic, I thought.
Oh, so you were born a Catholic?
Yes.
Then how did you discover that you had Jewish roots?
When I was about 9 years old, my dad slipped up at the dinner table and said something about a Jewish. I was like, well, Daddy, what's a Jewish? And he said, it's not a Jewish, it's Jewish. It's a culture, a religion. It's what we were, what we are. But many people hate Jews and would happily kill you. So you are Catholic. Never, ever tell anyone you're Jewish, or it'll get all of us killed.
Well, how did you straighten this out in your own mind so that you could find your own identity?
Well, here's the thing, is I was brought up, as I said, to keep it a big secret, that I was worried, would actually get our family murdered if I revealed it, because that's what I was told. Long story short, I was touring as a comic in Canada, and so a small-time theater producer approached me in Vancouver and needed a dramatic play to complete a festival that he was producing. I went ahead and I wrote my first play, The Waltonsteins. The Waltonsteins, obviously play on Word of the Waltons television show.
And out of all of this, you wrote a book called Confessions of a Jewish Shiksa, Dancing on Hitler's Grave. It's a great title.
Well, it actually was a play, another solo show. These are all solo shows because I'm, so self-involved, which you might find hard to believe.
You could definitely be the winner of the Cyndi Lauper lookalike contest. Has anybody ever said that?
Never. You are the first. It's such a piss off because not only is she, a zillion times more famous than me, but she's her own friggin' makeup artist. I saw her reality show. I am so jealous. I'm not even her stand-in. You know what I mean? And how many times a day do people come, oh, you look, I could not. I can't sing. I could be like Cyndi Lauper's demented cousin from the wrong side of the tracks that can't even yodel.
And if somebody wanted to read more of your plays or check out your books, do you have a website?
I certainly do. It is CindyLauper.com. No, it's wannabe. Frannie Sheridan. No, I love who I am. FranniSheridan.com.
Well, check it out. I think you'll have a few laughs.
Although we introduced this subject about a year ago, invasive species, and the fact that we all need to eat them, well, somehow they're still not quite on the menu of most of the restaurants, of any of the restaurants actually. But they should be, because they're really tasty if cooked up right.
This is the second year I participated in the Fertile Earth Underground Festival. We are here to cook invasive species and educate people about the invasive species that are kind of taking over South Florida. So we're here to cook them as one alternative to take care of the issue.
And what species are you cooking tonight?
I lucked out with the wild boar.
What's the difference between a snakehead fish and a lionfish?
A snakehead fish looks like a snake, has a big head like a snake, and it swims in fresh water, like in the Everglades. And then when the swamps dry up, it just slithers across the mud to find a new source of water. So not the most beautiful looking fish,
But they're good tasting.
but they're good tasting. And the lionfish is beautiful. When you're a diver and you go down or snorkeler and you see on the rocks and reefs, they've got these tentacles that
I've seen
flow,
it.
and they're gorgeous. So a very pretty fish, but a very dangerous fish.
I'm serving python.
And how are you serving it?
We smoke some of it, dry cured and smoke it, and the other we braise it slow and stuff it inside of a pepper.
I have a local oyster mushroom and fresh coconut milk ceviche with a roasted sweet potato yam, a smoked paprika sweet potato, and cilantro turmeric sauce.
And you have a secret ingredients in there. Oyster mustard.
Oyster mushrooms, yes, is the secret ingredient, but the invasive species that goes with tonight's theme is the Brazilian pepper. So it's like a little pink peppercorn that's a little bit spicy and it kind of pops in your mouth.
In addition to getting to taste all of these evasive species, I understand you created a very unique calendar. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Some people say it's unique. We took some ladies and we covered them in various forms of manure. The idea is that nothing is waste. There's no such thing as throwing something away. There is no away. So things that people find repulsive are actually useful. Like, it's just part of the circle of life. And we figured that if you put a beautiful lady in a tub full of fish poop can't be all that bad, can it?
You know, Urban Beach Week has a very special place in our heart because that was the very first segment of the very first show that we did. And over the years, it got big, out of control, and then finally the city came together. And I want to give a shout out to Mayor Bower, City Manager Jimmy Morales, and Police Chief Ray Martinez, and everybody that works under them, because you made this probably the best Urban Beach Week in the city. Here we are on Ocean Drive, and it's Urban Beach Week. Now look around. This isn't the vision that we all imagine. Last year, there were wall-to-wall people, and the year before that, there was not only wall-to-wall people, there were gunshots, there was somebody killed, there was a stampede, and the city said, we don't know how to handle this. And then everybody in the city got together. There were meetings, there was all kinds of talk, all the activists ranted enough, and the city came up with a plan, and this is the result. So do you think that because there's less people here this year, everybody's having a better time, or, you know, is it all a matter of numbers and like a lottery? You hit on the right people and you get what you want?
I mean, it's about the same, but that's about the size of it, you know. You play, you win, you know.
So are you winning or losing?
I was born to win. I'm always win.
Have you ever been to Urban Beach Week before?
No, this is my first time here, and I'm turned out.
Has it lived up to your expectations?
Yes, it beyond my expectations. It's just been marvelous. I'm coming here next year, and I'm coming here in 2 months.
What's the best part of
The best part is the strip, and just everybody just nice. You know, it's just very.
How are the men? How are the men?
They're sexy.
Well,
Yes, they're sexy. They're very marvelous. And with the dress, oh my
And
God.
is that really the best part of Urban Beach Week?
The beach is the best part. It's the best part. Yes, it is.
What brought you to South Beach this weekend?
I come here every weekend for Memorial Year.
How many years have you been coming?
6.
And how does this year compare to last year or the year?
Not as many people.
Do you think you're having a better time this year or last year?
Last year I went to sleep at 10, like every night. So
you're way ahead of the game right now because you're still awake. Yes. Urban Beach Week is just another week celebrated on Miami Beach.
Once again, we're at the end of another episode. I'm Dina Stewart.
And I'm Stuart Stewart.
And we're live on South Beach.
For syndicatednews.net.
Hi, my name is Carlos Gomez. I play Dr. Sanchez on The Glaze, and we're live on South Beach.